The song shouldn't be pitched, it just should sound normal-esque, I suppose. I don't know. It's just how it sounds normally. I don't know what to tell you there. But either or, we've got quite the day ahead of us now, don't we? Quite the afternoon / evening. We're going to be here for a while, I can tell it. But how we doing today, chat? How are we frigging doing today? While you guys get all that in order, I'm going to make sure I have the right window captured. And for anybody already going to be asking, no, fish is not going to be enabled for this one in particular because it's not going to be relevant. Don't worry, I'll turn it on tomorrow for the usual stuffs, but not today. We've got enough stuffs to be had, like Phoenix resubbing with the tier 1 for 11 months in a row for 15 total. We love to see it. We love to see it. And I'm only saying the channel points in it, or at least fish for that matter, being disabled, just because you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I'm toning the music down just a little bit more, just so it's not overbearing. So yeah, as the thumbnail and the title would suggest, we've got 2 reactions that we're going to be doing today. I actually need to move Streamlabs over to here so that it actually looks right. So we know today is Amazing Digital Circus premiere day. And then we get to something a little bit more serious, but relevant for us over here. Somewhat. It's just piqued my interest, and I have always been keeping tabs of stuff like this in the background, behind the scenes, off camera. I don't know if anyone has been keeping up with like H3H3 stuff, but something did happen, and it warrants a little bit of dissection, as it were. Perhaps we'll all learn a thing or something today. But that is something we're going to be looking into after ADC's premiere and recording and whatnot. So I guess we technically could be looking forward to that. However, which way you want to look at it. But either or, we're almost like less than a minute out from ADC's premiere, so there is that. Like a hangnail or something right there. It'll be fine. No joke. Yeah, we just now
Not.
wait for the premiere, which I think we can just kind of just shift on over to. And at the same time, get the music all sorted out so that we can catch it when it drops. And then go from there. So yeah, as the title of this episode would be, which is ironically titled Untitled, I think we're just going to be getting that random mishmash of just doing everything, literally throwing stuff at the walls and seeing what sticks. I don't know whose episode this is going to be, but we're going to figure that out one way or another. Like, basically, episode 1 was just setting the groundwork. Then episode 2 was kind of a Pomni episode, if I'm going to be honest. Episode 3 was clearly a Kinger episode. Episode 4 was clearly a Gangle episode. I don't know what to expect from this one, but I will have to mute it so that I don't get copyright struck for this music for some reason. I don't know why it is this music in particular that YouTube will actually copyright itself, or even Twitch for that matter will do it. That's one thing I've never been able to figure out. I believe it's confirmed to be Ragatha's, with next being Jax's. I don't know. It really does feel like this is going to be one of those it's going to be a hodgepodge episode if the trailer was anything to go off of, because it's just like, you're a sports outing, safari, crime drama and stuff, and like, there's a lot that's just there's just going to be a lot that's happening in this episode. I can already feel it. And that's just simply because of the fact that that's what the trailer shows. That's what the teasers were showing. It was just like, oh, the episode's going to be about this. Wait, now it's going to be about this. Wait, now it's this. And it's kind of getting a little bit meta-narrative in that even the show itself doesn't know what's going on. And I kind of like that in it. So it'll be curious to know exactly where this episode is going to go. And I saw it do a little bit of a skip because I'm just out of sheer curiosity. How many of you mother yuckers? 200,000 got it. Even into episode 5, ADC is still pulling numbers. It is still doing numbers, even 5 episodes deep, and well over a year since the pilot premiered. We've still got enough stuff going for this one that there's plenty more to dissect, and people are still very, very much interested in it. And I'm not liking how it's buffering like that, but I think that might be because there's 200,000 people all trying to watch this at the exact same time. Call it a hunch, but that might be what's happening here. Either or, when it hits the 1 minute mark, we're just going to get into episode proper, with basically reiterating the spiel that I just did. And barring with it that it's probably going to stutter every once in a while, this is just what happens with YouTube. And there's not really much any of us can do unless I decide to just refresh real quick. Yeah, we're back a couple seconds, whatever. Well, first off, I'm going to need to eliminate stream chat over there. Okay. Either or, we're just going to get right into it. So, YouTube face is on. Hello, YouTube's typed in chat. I'm going in there. So, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's Viger, and if there's any stuttering in the video right now, this is not on me. That's because there's 200,000 people, and then some, waiting for the new episode of Amazing Digital Circus to drop. Just like all of us, here, there, and here right now, watching live watch party thing. And if there's ever a thing to describe, it is this episode, because apparently there's a lot that's going to be happening. So with that being said, then we're going to be reacting to the newest episode. Oh, it's just starting. It's episode 5, Untitled, and I'm not saying that it's untitled. That's literally what it's called. Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go.
Welcome back, my candy hearts and paper flowers.
Damn. Some sort of ocean
Well, that sure could have gone better.
beach episode.
The next adventure will be less. What?
Hey, Ragatha, can you help me count my eggs before they hatch?
Oh,
What?
Yeah, of course. Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
Looks like that oh-so-positive Ragatha charm is starting to wear off, huh?
I wasn't paying attention.
Looks like this one was a home run, eh?
Oh, Zubul, you mismatched cash piano, I'll tear you to pieces. Criticism
Damn.
will be greatly appreciated.
But never acknowledged.
That's it. Everybody besides Zubul, get over here.
Huh.
Everyone, I'm going to pitch to you some
And they were
future
counting their
adventure
eggs.
ideas.
And Kingers is
I'm
upside
going
down
to
for some
ask
reason.
you to give me your honest opinions on them.
I was gonna sleep.
All right, so I've got an adventure where you all tour my amazing magic chocolate factory and get killed off one by one from OSHA violations. One where a sentient cardiovascular system goes to war against the United States military, and one where you have to survive in a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland with a telepathic talking dog who's mean to you the whole time.
That
Think.
just break
No, it'll sound a little dark.
I can't
much.
tell a compelling story where nothing bad happens. Where's the intrigue? The stakes?
Not to mention the sex appeal.
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You could always try
Goddamn,
the
Bubble.
suggestion box again. I honestly didn't hate the last one we did with it.
You didn't hate it?
It was kind of refreshing doing something grounded in reality.
Yeah, I really didn't mind that one either.
What about the rest of you?
I very much did not
They're not
enjoy
going
that
back
one
on.
in the
Really
slightest.
brought up
If we ever do
the
anything
sex
again,
They were kind of very affected by it.
Things
violent,
normally
and I'm
never
going
say.
to kill Ragatha.
What?
How am I gonna please everybody if you all like different things?
Maybe just keep your adventures open at all times. and
Mash 'em all together.
Whatever we want, when we want.
Are you hearing this, Bubble? The Toy Box character wants us to leave the other intelligent AIs to run for a prolonged period of time.
Disgusting.
Am I not supposed to be hearing you?
Zippy!
Huh.
What did you even zip up? I don't have a mouth.
That's true.
Well, how about this? We'll do a lightning round. Going through all the suggestions in the suggestion box in rapid succession. And if you don't like one, you can all vote to skip it.
What? Like now?
That's right.
We're clearing the box out.
Pop your pansies, cause here we go!
We just
I was
finished
gonna
an adventure!
You don't need to sleep. Don't you remember episode 1? You don't need to sleep,
Wait,
eat, or do
I know
anything.
what this is.
Oh, I swear to God, if this is one of your suggestions.
Hi everyone! In today's episode of Poach Everything, I'm going to be hunting the critically endangered red ribbon rhinoceros. Just
Really?
like Mom used to make.
Damn. Got him. Okay, bud.
Delicious meat. One down, 4 to go.
All right, I'm calling a vote. Let's skip this one. And also make Jax a vegan for the rest of the day.
Ah!
Do that? What
Damn.
do you mean you can do that?
Sorry, Jax, democracy has spoken.
Democracy sucks.
Depends on who you ask.
Like,
Speaking
what?
of democracy.
I thought a position of power suited you.
Oh my God, are these all gonna be Jax's ideas?
Probably. Probably.
Well, Miss President, looks like there are some new developments in the ongoing war between Australia and New Zealand.
Damn.
May need to take in some refugees. What do you think?
One of them's
I
Brody.
don't know what to do. What?
Didn't you get the brief?
I am just being here.
You're doing great, Pomni.
Come down here for a sec. We all got briefs on our characters. I'm your assistant.
Is that a baby head lamp?
Don't look
You
at
get
it.
one too? I figured we were all on the same page here. But if not, you're gonna have to tap into those golden improv skills.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm distracted by the light.
I wanted to see what you do.
Thanks, Jax. Appreciate it.
I'm not Jax.
Oi, mate! I'm an Australian extremist, and I've come to detonate this bomb that'll release all the world's deadliest spiders into... Pick a bad time.
Damn. Damn.
It's phenomenal. It's hard to believe he's vegan.
Why wouldn't the president have a bomb squad?
Don't worry, President Pomni. I believe you can do this.
There's centipedes in there, too.
Just what you're doing.
Okay, well, which wire do I cut?
Follow your heart.
You stay out of this. Shouldn't you be arrested or something?
Hey, I'm on your side here.
You're literally not.
You're the one that brought the bomb in here, bud.
Like the red one?
I'd personally go with blue. Blue's my favorite color, it being closest to black and all.
Wouldn't black be your favorite color then?
Well, no, there's no black wire.
I'm a New Zealand extremist. And I
Wow.
know what New Zealanders threaten people with.
Can I get a confirmation about that? Oh, damn! They're all dead. Meanwhile. Good talk, Bubble. Good talk. Oh, God, no. I know they got the manga deal, but I wasn't expecting this.
What is this? I don't like this.
Can it? At least we finally have one.
There are going to be so many reactors that are going to be
there's
losing
nothing
their
more fun than being
freaking
back in
minds.
school.
Just give it a chance, Jax. Jeez.
There's nothing wrong with your suggestion.
How did you know this was my suggestion?
Call it a hunch,
Can you
Gangle.
believe this, Pomni? First she draws anime, now she drags us all into one. She must be one of them, losers.
You threw me out of a moving truck.
All right, class. Today, we're gonna learn the popular foreign language known as English.
Boring. I vote we skip it.
Shut up. We're not skipping it.
Slice of life animes are the worst ones. It's embarrassing.
Depends on the content within.
It's not as embarrassing as that time Gangle took an anime figure and...
That's fine.
Aww. Aww. Damn you, Jax.
Are we just chilling for this one? Can I finally relax?
I guess so, but...
For a little
I
bit.
prefer a little bite to my adventures.
Then why don't you help yourself to a sandwich?
Here.
Thanks.
Aww.
Do you think Gangle is actually capable of being happy?
What?
I don't know, like her comedy mask still breaks every day. Does she think hanging out with Zubul is gonna magically fix that?
Maybe. She just doesn't want to hang out with someone who's mean to her all the time.
She likes when I'm mean to her, though.
Does she?
I didn't think you cared about what other people like.
But I just... No, yeah, you're right. I don't.
Do you have any actual friends?
Not anymore.
Ooh.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't meant to be.
Spilled beans here.
Did you see the fireflies all the way over there?
All right, therapist Pomni, get to work.
Nothing. Who cares? Doesn't she get on your nerves sometimes?
I mean, she's nice to everyone.
I don't know. I think she tries way too hard. Like, we're stuck in... Why are you always pretending everything's always fine? Like, if you tell someone they're loved and appreciated every day, it just kind of loses all meaning. It just feels like she's trying to take advantage of you, you know? I don't know.
But I don't read into it
Also,
like that.
she's dumb and she looks weird.
There it is.
Think we all look weird.
Excuse you. This is what peak male performance looks like.
Is
My ears
it?
and tail are kind of the pinnacle of masculinity.
Are they?
You don't have a tail.
What are you talking about? Yes, I do. It's what the? Where's my tail? How long have I not had my tail?
I have never seen you with a tail.
Yeah.
When would that have even?
They look happy.
They do, don't they?
You think after this, maybe we could...
Wait a minute! That's a bad thing!
Explain to Daddy Bubble how bad thing.
I think that... Don't say that. I think they're enjoying the suggestion box adventures more than the me adventures. What should I do?
You should die. You should throw a beach party.
Why do you swear now? Forget it. Let's go to an intermission.
Bubble is so freaking unhinged.
Intermission time.
Don't say it like that. Guess this is what drugs look like. To some degree. Where are you going with this, Kane? Hit him with the chest piece there. That's not a good one. What is happening right now? I guess this is what drugs look like.
Kane, what are we doing right now?
We're intermissioning.
I saw the door.
Why?
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Hello?
And now back to the show.
And now we're here.
Give me a whiskey sour, but hold the egg white, since I'm a vegan. What? I hate this! How is this even possible? I thought Kane couldn't...
I could have made it way worse for you.
Well, I'm calling a vote to turn Zubul into a slug.
No.
Everyone voted against that.
Who hate it?
Woo! It's raining like the Dickens out there.
Hey guys. I'll have a cosmopolitan.
Give me a corncob blitz.
I'll throw something together.
Do not even know what that is there,
Know your
Kinger.
way around alcohol, huh?
Yeah, this was one of my suggestions. I worked at a bar briefly. I like making drinks.
That sounds fitting for you.
I know there's an implication there, but I can't be f***ed to figure it out.
So, Pomni, you ever have any jobs? Or are you too young for that?
I'm 25 years old. And yeah, I was an accountant for a supermarket chain.
A supermarket? How'd you end up here?
Well,
I can't tell if this is just the script or this is like their backstories, like overall.
And posting videos of it online.
Ah, YouTuber.
Not really. Nobody watched them. It was just something I did for me.
I sometimes did that. I wouldn't record it, though.
One of them hobbies.
Thanks.
Hiding something.
You'd know all about that, wouldn't you? What's your story, then?
Ah, I thought you'd never ask. Well, after my lung cancer diagnosis, me and my junkie associate from a chemistry class I used to teach
Yeah, I figured. How about you, Gangle?
Hey, I wasn't done.
If you're gonna make shit up, at least be creative about it. I know what you're referencing.
Was that a reference to something?
I worked in fast food.
You've done more than that. What about your art?
I was in community college for graphic design, but
Okay.
I dropped out. I didn't really pursue art much after that.
Hey, I'm always down to make art together if you want.
Oh, I didn't know you were an artist too, Zubul.
Yeah, I was a tattoo artist for a couple years.
A bartender and a tattoo artist? You're killing me here, Zuby.
What do you mean when you say that? Do you have, like, an actual point, or are you just talking?
I'm just having fun. I forgot you hate fun.
Fun isn't the thing I hate.
I guess I'll go now. Oh, jeez, where to start? I was born into a fairly wealthy family. We had a large property with horses and chickens, and my mother, well, my mother was a lot. I worked in real estate for a bit until I ended up here. I'm sure she doesn't miss me. I certainly don't miss the yelling, and braiding, and guilt tripping, and
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh, pound it.
kind of a farm girl. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
And no point in asking Kinger, because there's no way he remembers anything.
Never better.
Do you guys know
Case in
about
point, yeah.
his wife?
Huh?
My what? Oh.
Made it.
What?
That
Disappearing guy. That's just what he does.
you can do this to
I
it.
see. From a previous adventure?
Yeah, God, Pomni, you didn't know that?
I'm ignoring you.
By the way,
That
Pomni,
face.
sorry about the whole president thing. I just thought it'd be funny.
Are you apologizing? What's happening?
Just ignore him.
Apology accepted.
For now.
Wow, the first steps of a budding friendship. Right, Ragatha?
Hey, Pomni. When
Oh.
Kaufmo smashed me against the walls and I got all jumbled up. All things considered, that was pretty funny, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, no. Sorry, that was probably pretty traumatic for you.
Oh, remember when you got high at McDonald's and told Gangle to kill herself? No, that was funny.
What? I did not say that. I think No, of course I didn't. And I am still so sorry about that, Gangle. I would never have said anything like that if I didn't get that stupid sauce in my eye.
Jeez, Raggy, just let yourself be mean sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah, constantly tormenting Gangle's really funny, Jax.
Yeah.
You guys all take this place way too seriously. What is this? Why'd you do that?
Eat it. You vegan?
Are you afraid of corn?
No. Who's afraid of corn?
You, apparently.
On board! Let's go to the next adventure!
Damn!
You're not even a part of...
Damn, we were getting somewhere.
It's softball, ladies and gentlemen!
Oh, we're doing this now?
Beautiful night for a game, right, Bubble? We've got...
What is wrong with you?
Playing against the evil Big Tops.
Oh, great.
I'm evil Pomni.
I'm evil Ragatha!
Oh, boy.
Coach Dictator here.
Hi, guys. I'm Evil Jax.
Evil Orbs Man reporting for duty.
Interesting.
That wasn't in my suggestion.
Why don't I get an evil clone?
But first, let's welcome our special guest, here to sing the American National Anthem.
Oh, boy. Is it just gonna disappear again?
Oh, say.
There it is. Lovely. Lovely. Patriotic. Okay. Why is the centipede there?
All right, team. I may not know what's going on, or
Nobody
who is going
does.
on, or when is going on, or why is going on, but I do know where is going on, and it's out on that field.
Just
So
one
let's
eye
go
is
bring
on
some
the
tailloads,
hat.
team.
Hey, guys. I hope we all have a fun game, no matter who ends up winning. I want to kill that guy.
Well, hello, stupid Gatha. I hope you're ready to get completely annihilated. Nobody loves you and you're going to die someday. We can't exactly die. It's like the whole thing here.
It's that whole shtick.
What a freak.
Check this out. You're out, dumb.
Damn it.
Ha! Get owned!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, boy.
Ah, she's cool. Wait, what's that?
We're done.
What?
Oh, no.
Who did this? You! Jax, you're up to bat. I don't wanna. I quite look like this though.
Seems fitting for you, though. I figured you'd be into this.
What does that mean? What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just having fun. I forgot you hate fun.
I don't want to wear this.
And he's also still vegan.
I have never seen you this upset about something.
Jax, bat! I'm gonna kill you when this is over.
Can't kill him.
Let's see what you're made of.
Shut up! Don't worry. I think you look good. I don't want to hear that. I want you dead.
Damn.
Well, guess there's no more ball. We're done.
Wait, I got this.
Use one of my eyes. No, this one. Because
Zubul, it's just the perfect regulation softball.
true.
We're not playing baseball here. I'm not doing this anymore. Wait, Jax! What about where is going on?
Can't believe I hit it right to her. I'm supposed to be better than that. Sorry. I should be a better sport.
Not to, like, agree with Jax or anything, but there's nothing wrong with showing your negative emotions. That's pretty normal.
I don't know. I don't want to be a jerk or anything.
I think we all need to be a jerk sometimes.
Gotta let it out
Maybe. Who knows?
before you explode.
Kane, we need a ball here.
Oh,
Jax, we have a ball now. What are you doing?
See ya. Whoops, I missed. Oh darn, I'm out.
Damn.
Having fun?
Oh, you know it. Oh look, Gangle's up to bat. How do you think this is gonna go?
Would you stop trying to force her to act like you?
Oh yeah, I should force her to be happy all the time instead, right?
Well, it's
Just
better than
put the
turning her
corn
into
right
some
there.
insensitive jerk who deflects everything.
I can think for myself, guys.
Hey, I ain't forcing anything on you.
And then you just act like you never do anything wrong and everybody loves you, when in reality you just fuck everything up for everyone else.
Okay, let's, like, calm down a bit.
What? You're the one who said it's fine to be a jerk sometimes. Ugh. I'm sorry, Pomni. That wasn't very cool of me.
It's fine.
No apologies for me? This is so sad.
You're in a maid outfit.
I'm sorry, Jax. For bringing up that thing earlier.
So, you wanna talk about that?
I'm in a maid outfit. What do you think?
Yep, there's the corn.
How's
Found
the
it.
game going?
Great! Gangle hit a home run!
Really?
Yeah, your instructions helped me a lot.
Huh.
There you go.
Can you give me my eye back? Joke's on you. I've already forgotten what you're talking about.
Ow!
Wowee! Another home run!
God damn it!
Okay.
Nice going, Zubul!
Cool.
All right, Pomni, you're up.
Hey, Ragatha. You wanna bat for me instead?
I guess I could. If you really don't want to.
Think of it as a second chance to show him who's boss.
Yeah.
Bazowie Zoo-Weewa! Another home run!
Okay,
that
he-
makes 3 home runs in a row! The Big Tops win!
That's not...
Kane doesn't know how
works.
softball.
That's how my softball works! We're done! Hooray!
Man, we didn't even get to bat.
But somehow got 57 points for like a split second.
Ragatha! We won!
I mean, I guess.
Good job. Whatever you did.
Stood there and looked
Oh,
pretty.
yeah. Good job, team.
Huh? Oh cool, I'm not a vegan anymore.
Cool.
Oh, hey!
He's gonna eat him.
What are you...
Damn.
What is going on?
Just laugh about it.
Well, I hope we all learned that suggestion box ideas are actually not fun at all, and Kane's ideas are much better.
Well, some of them were pretty okay.
I kinda liked the low stakes ones.
I thought the first 2 were awesome. The rest, eh. Oh yeah, Pomni. I can show you that thing in the hall I was talking about.
Oh yeah, sure.
Just shook. I don't know if that's supposed to be like something we're gonna need to keep an eye on or not. I'm scared if that is something that we need to keep an eye on. And I already know the like tagline that I'm gonna come up with for the description of this video. It's like untitled, more like unhinged. Because boy howdy, were there some moments. Boy howdy, were there some moments with this thing. And I'm going to assume that that is it. Give it a moment, give it a moment, give it a moment, because you never know with this show what else they're going to be doing. I guess that is it. Yep, that is it. So, that was an episode and a half, to say the least. And needless to say, there is some intrigue happening in the background. there are secrets being held by everybody, and something or another is going to be coming out. Who knows when? But by the looks of things, this wasn't really any character-focused episode, but kind of just a whole mishmash. I guess you could say it was a little bit of a Ragatha Jax episode, just because you got to know a little bit more about them. And NPCs becoming aware? Perhaps. But it's just funny. You never know what to expect with this show. And I do like how nobody in the right mind can figure out exactly what the heck is going on. And they just kind of have to roll with the punches, fly by the seat of their pants, trying to figure it all out. But I'm also starting to see that Kane is very much unraveling and losing control of the situation, if I was to be a betting man, which I'm not. But you never know. His adventure's not really doing so hot, but the suggestion box was a bit bigger a hit, so he just steamrolled through as many as he could so that nobody really gets a choice, per se. He is the god of this universe and wants to maintain control, perhaps, because that's his sole purpose, his sole programming, perhaps. Who knows? Kane is impossible to read, and the less we say about Bubble, the better, by the sound of it. Because quite literally, what the hell is wrong with them? But I think that's the whole point with their character. But that's it for this video. On to the plugs. Check out Glitch Productions for all the amazing episodes of The Amazing Digital Circus, both the old ones and the new ones when they come out, with Murder Drones in its entirety on display. Friggin' Gaslight District still in the works, with episode 2 coming out whenever. To say that all of these are amazing is a vast freaking understatement with each and every show, with each and every episode that comes out. Glitch Productions is knocking it out of the ballpark. Check out Puckle Podcast, where made a bunch of wonderful individuals talk about all things Pokemon. Now that Scarlet and Violet are out in their entirety and Legends ZA is on its way, we have way too much stuff to talk about. Follow me on X, follow me on Twitch, check out the Discord, buy some poggers, and that is it. And with that being said, I'll see you guys when I see you guys, and as always, toodles. Alright. Needless to say, that was still a very good episode. I do love me some randomness as a Simodnar fan, an old Simodnar fan back in the day. This tickles that itch of just random shit happening, and I love it. Shame about Australia and New Zealand. They got nuked to hell in that continuity. Shucks. Oh boy. But needless to say, that was one video that we were going to be doing today. Now we get to the other one, which was what I was kind of like keeping myself away from for a while. And I think actually for this one, I'm going to have to do the reverse. For this one. Just to really hammer it home, I suppose. And I think I'll put myself... Oh, no, I'm dragging things around here. I'm going to put myself over here while we dissect this one. I don't know how many people are like in the know-how of internet drama, as it were, or just things that have been happening in the streaming zeitgeist. And I kind of brought this up as basically like, I don't even know how I'm flying off I'm just going off of like the top of my head when it comes to articulating exactly what I'm thinking right now. It's kind of playing into the whole why I'm on the fence of like still streaming on Twitch or just full sending to YouTube. Because let's be honest, I was only ever reviving my Twitch streaming career because I had gotten my YouTube channel fished that one time. Well, thanks for stopping by himself. That's all we ask is Just a little bit and everything. Hanging out and everything. We'd love to see it. Hope to see you tomorrow for the usual racing bits. But either way, going back to... It's like, how do I even, like, articulate what has been happening? I implore everyone to just kind of look into, like, Ethan Klein, Hassan Piker, terrorist propaganda on Twitch that's apparently okay to put out there. I implore you guys to do your own research and come to a conclusion on that front. But needless to say, things have taken a turn, for that matter. I've always been kind of keeping an eye on things at a distance with this, and see, I don't really even know how to articulate this or explain it in a way that even would make sense to me. I am literally at a loss of like how to bring this up. I think it's just I just need to rip the Band-Aid off and everything with this. So I do keep an eye on like the internet dramas and stories and the situations that happen and everything, and how royally screwed Hassan is by like the ever increasing percentage until he inevitably goes to jail or something. I've been keeping tabs on those, and just like it's Twitch is nose diving straight down. Like it is perpetually getting flushed down the toilet, and their golden boy is the one flushing it. But this one is it branches off of like the whole internet drama that's currently circulating on Twitch and everything, and why everyone seems to be migrating over to Kick and multi-streaming there with YouTube as well, and making buku bucks until it all inevitably pops. But yeah, this one was a follow-up to, I don't know if anybody here ever watched the Content Nuke by H3H3 about Hassan Piker. I don't even know, I'm just going to take a quick gander as to how long ago that was. Just give me a moment. We're gonna do it live, figuring out 4 months ago. Here, I thought it was like a year ago or something. Okay, so it was only about several months ago, where he just kind of like blew the lid off of Twitch's golden boy, who's just doing everything wrong with life, I suppose. And now, I mean, Hassan and Ethan have been bantering back and forth and agree to disagree. It's one guy stating his opinion and another guy stating his own, but one is able to at least maintain some level of professionalism and maturity, and the other crashes out routinely and just kind of like delivers the L straight to his own lap. That would be Hassan, who can't seem to keep his small-headed mouth shut about, well, he's the biggest left-wing political commentator on Twitch, so you already know his content is garbage. I mean, most political content is just straight garbage. The winner is the guy who doesn't engage with it at all. But apparently, that whole content nuke that H3 dropped was a trap. And apparently, it netted 3 unfortunate little ne'er-do-wells, I suppose. And now, Ethan is suing them. And this isn't really so much of like a drama thing. From the little bit that I had seen going into this, this is actually reaction based. So this is getting into our territory over here. I've made my own opinions on like React content and everything. I know it's the backbone, the bread and butter of this channel and everything. So I kind of feel like I have a little bit of an opinion and a little bit of a say in these matters. I don't do it perfectly, But I know at least I'm not doing anything wrong to my own knowledge. At least I haven't been called out on it at all. If anything, the ones that I have reacted to, namely like Snapcube and the works, that they actually openly say, keep going. We love seeing this stuff. So it's nice to have that sort of positive feedback, that you get this affirmation that you're doing it right. I'm going to take it into account that with this video, the one that we're going to watch soon, this is how you do it wrong. And given the potential 3 that I think are getting sued, one of them I would chalk up to just being absolutely pure evil in my book. Probably not in everybody's book, but downright nefarious. Nothing good coming from it. But either or, I don't even know like how much of this I'm going to like cut and splice and all this other jazz with it. If this does become an actual video in and of itself. How long is the video? Itself is only a little over 20 minutes. Give or take how much pausing and discussion that I'm going to be doing, it might get a little bit longer. Well, not might, it will. I feel like I will have to pause and treat this like one of those police dash cam videos just to give my own 2 cents. Given the fact that this video is completely about reaction content, which again, like I said, we specialize in over here, I kind of have a few opinions of it. So I'm curious to see what's all discussed then and go from there. So this is a first for the channel, where we do something a little bit more seriously with some actual ramifications to it. And I feel like I have not only just an opportunity, but a responsibility to talk about this. So with that being said then, and this is a big reason why I've kind of disabled some of my channel points to bar any sort of interruptions and everything, we are going to be taking a look at H3H3 Productions' newest upload. I'm suing these 3 creators. I already know one of them. I think the other 2, I have a good idea as to who they are. So I guess without further ado, I suppose.
Hi there. My name is Ethan Klein, and my favorite hobby is spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on lawyers. Today I invite you into my home to share my favorite pastime with you.
Oh,
Join
boy.
me in creating generational wealth for my attorney.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you guys a story.
Okay.
About 1.5 years ago, it's a big conversation called ReactGate. ReactGate was a...
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. XQC was at the center of the debate because he would just play a video and then this is what he would do when the video was playing. He would hit play. I remember specifically this was a Let Me Know video that was about, I believe it was the JFK assassination, like a whole like breakdown of what happened that day and how it went down and this, that, and the other thing. And it was very intriguing itself. I watched it personally and it was very informative. XQC puts it on for his stream to like do a live react, like what we're doing now. Yeah, it's a documentary essentially, and this is what he did. So he hits play, and about 5 seconds into the video, it's like, "Hold on, chat." The video kept playing for a very prolonged period of time. And he was nowhere to be seen on camera, but the video was still playing to like several tens of thousands of people all watching it, accumulating ad revenue, and essentially he was cannibalizing videos from Let Me Know and kind of undermined the whole idea of what a reaction actually is about. Isn't that grade A content to just watch an empty chair and get absolutely nothing out of it? And if I remember correctly in this debate, XQC does absolutely nothing to defend himself and then does the worm on the floor to own the chuds, I suppose. I don't understand, but that was the big problem, was like weak reactions. Because there wasn't anything happening. There wasn't anything happening. It was just an empty chair with a video playing. And apparently that will get you several $1,000s in ad revenue or just like donations and stuff. You tell me how that works. And I'll tell you it doesn't. Because that's not a reaction. That's just theft. I think I know why these 3 creators are being sued. So, just a little background details. See how I'm kind of like... You'd be surprised what I know, what I watch in my spare time, and what sort of news I keep up on.
Debate going on in the streaming community about what constituted fair use. People like Hassan, XQC, and...
it was the Kennedy assassination. 500, he would just take the whole VOD, which contained the whole unedited video, and just slap it up onto his channel, and then make more money than Lemino made on his own video. Do you see how that conversion rate makes absolutely no sense? That doesn't make sense at all. But then again, XQC isn't one of the brightest bulbs in the shed. He's just crazy enough that people still want to tune in and watch him. I don't find his content appealing at all. I can't ever understand a word he's saying. I don't know if that's because it's a stutter, if that's how he talks, or if it's something else entirely. I don't understand, and I don't get the appeal. Nothing behind those eyes. There's not a thought in that head as well. No thought, head empty. Looking ass.
Many of the large Twitch streamers would watch other creators' entire video on their stream. They would rarely add...
He's not even... Okay, well, I need to move the camera real quick. This absolute freaking scumbag is the reason why Twitch is going down the turlet, by the way. As he's watching something, but as you can so plainly see, not engaged with it whatso freaking ever. Adding absolutely nothing of worth. But then again, this is Hassan. He doesn't add anything of worth to anything. If anything, everything he touches turns to shit. He's like a reverse King Midas. If we're gonna be completely honest here, this guy is the worst thing that happened to live streaming, and really needs to be taken out behind the shed and just have his career just. There was a death note that if I had an actual functioning death note, I would write Hassan's career in it and then sign. Loser.
Sufficient commentary, or even pause the video to speak. Most egregiously, they would re-upload the entire VOD to YouTube with the same thumbnail, the same title, so that they could cannibalize traffic from the original video. Here's what Lemino had to say about this phenomenon.
Lemino, let me know.
I don't mind people reacting to my videos, but I do mind when they play the entirety of my video. A face cam in the corner or the occasional interruption does nothing to address that.
Exactly. Like what I'm doing right now. With the frequent pausing, the talking, the discussing, and all this other stuff, that's an acceptable form. That is transformative enough to warrant its existence. When it's just the whole video played and nothing is added to it, that's a problem and a half. And I know with my SMG4 videos, I play the whole thing and it doesn't stop. But at least I respond to stuff happening. I at least engage with it, give my 2 cents while it's happening, and for the love of God and all that is holy, laugh at the damn thing. I at least watch content that I engage with normally and get a thrill out of it as well. But at the same time, I don't monetize any reaction video that I make. Because I'm in of the territory of, I didn't make this video. Why should I get any money from it if I'm not doing anything with it? Will I monetize this video that I'm recording right now because I'm talking enough over it? Maybe. I might. I'm still a bit iffy about that, even if it is transformative enough. I don't know. This isn't how I operate my channel. I just kind of do this for fun, not for profit or as like a career or something. I've always said this is just a glorified hobby that just so happens to have a little bit of a monetary incentivization for it. But just what kind of like multi-hour videos, and you can't even engage with it for like 5 minutes. You just sit there like a bump on a log, remembering to breathe every once in a while. Maybe blink your eyes at the same time, as opposed to one slowly followed by the other. And I get it. There's a section of people in the reaction community, mainly in the comment section, that are like absolutely despise the fact that people are pausing the video and doing exactly what I'm doing right now. They don't like it at all. And I get that. If you don't like when that happens, just watch the original video, get your fix from it, and then come back to the reaction. You win both ways then. I don't understand why people can't just do that too. That's why I'm always, like with the SMG4 videos now, that's why I don't try and do live premieres anymore. Unless it's a big event. Like it's a premiere, it's a movie, it's a Watt fee or something. I do that. It's got to be a legit reason for the live premiere. But I at least give it 15, 20 minutes to sit, let people get in and watch it ahead of time or whatever, and then go into it. I just don't understand how anybody in their right state of mind can just play the whole video, get up, and just... It's not my fault anymore! I forgot to hit the pause button when I went to go pee! If that's your actual excuse. So, again, I have some strong opinions on this. But to counteract that as well, there are other reactors out there that transform the content well enough to make it worth like monetization. A few examples of reactors that I know that do this sort of thing, and it actually makes things even more enjoyable to that degree. You got reactors like Nevea Vol, like Weeby News, Not So Average Fangirl, that do a lot more for themselves, and then the video is just kind of secondary. You actually do come to see the reactions from them, because they're very energetic, they're very intense, and I know for a fact sometimes, specifically with Fangirl, they get a little bit physical with the furniture. Start beating the crap out of it because they can't contain their energy and emotions because of a thing happening on screen. But they also regularly cut the video. They black it out. They watermark it. They cut certain things out and actually shorten the actual video that they're reacting to, but the whole reaction itself is longer somehow because they have a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about. And people can make it work. And then the monetization of it is justified. This is not how you do that. Because apparently then you become one of the 3 that is getting sued. And we're going to get to that. I know I'm only a minute into this video, but you can see I've got some very strong opinions on this stuff. And I'm kind of like taking a stand, I suppose.
Issue. My video is still being played from beginning to end in someone else's stream or video. It's neither ethical nor necessary to feature the entirety of someone else's work. Or, they could do the bare minimum and ask for permission.
That too.
Something that none of the major reaction channels have ever done.
Why would they?
Re-uploaded my videos. But to answer your question, no, I don't want people to stream or re-upload the entirety of my videos.
Now, understandably, this made a lot of people angry, because why should these content thieves, essentially, get more views than the author of the video, which in a lot of cases was happening? I mean,
exactly.
People don't like injustice, and we all see this, and no, it's not right. This debate culminated when XQC, one of the prime suspects, called into my show to debate me, in which case I'm sad to report that I was terribly owned.
So in that regard, do you care
at all about like IP or copyright, or like the fact.
Just listen to XQC's response to this and try not to throw up after what I said about everything.
Fact that it's illegal, does that matter? That it might be illegal, does that matter to you?
No.
It doesn't matter.
Well, if flat out doesn't, because
I don't care. I don't care if I'm stealing other people's work for my own monetary gain. I don't care. Do you see why I'm not a fan of XQC? Never have been and now never will. Can't you just admit that, like, yes, I made a mistake. I will strive to do better. At least give us that false sense of hope that you've actually learned something. But I guess you can't do that as well. Now, just drop to the floor and do the worm.
Watch me full screen cam, do the fucking worm, and watch your prime. Then watch your prime content.
Do it for a week. Do a week of no reaction content and see how many fucking views you get.
Look at the worm.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's content, man. It's original content, at least. The ultimate debate, bro. He hit him with the worm. Oh, why didn't I think of that first?
That looks more like a caterpillar move, if I was ever going to be honest with anybody about anything. That's not the worm, that's a caterpillar. XQC can't even do that right. The guy is just like straight up nonsensical cringe right there. Who finds this entertaining? Like, this guy, who in their right mind finds this entertaining? I don't freaking stand. I keep trying to grab my webcam to move it back into position. I don't understand how anybody can find this entertaining in the slightest bit. Watch me steal everybody else's content and then just, like, flop on the floor for whatever reason to prove a point. And point proven, you're an idiot.
I kid XQC, but he is not the one I'm suing. Despite my criticism, he's not a malicious infringer. But the ones I am suing...
He was, but to each their own. Whatever.
You'll see are much, much worse. Now, ironically, after this debate and in the wake of this large conversation, the problem seems to have only gotten worse. You have people like Hassan Piker paving the way of fair use with what's known as chair reacts, when Hassan gets up to go to the bathroom, or to eat, or to talk to his mom, or to do whatever, disappears for an extended period of time, and leaves the video playing for his chair. Mr. Chair, they call it.
IDF had warned people to leave the area around the main airport in Sana. Then this.
You probably can't see it up at the top screen because chat is blocking it. It says, edited from 1 month of footage. This is 1 month's worth of Hassan getting up to do literally anything else other than the job he so loves to do. That he says is harder than an average 9 to 5. This guy likes terrorism. This guy thinks terrorist groups are the bee's knees. I just need to point that out to everybody else on that one. You're looking at a habitual terrorist sympathizer getting up to go piss. He's such a freaking loser. And he wants you to feel sympathy for how hard it is for him to live his life. This socialist propagandist clutching his Gucci bag in his $3 million mansion. He needs to tell you how awesome communism is, apparently. And how the Houthis are basically like Luffy from One Piece. I'm not joking when I say this kind of stuff. Hassan Diddy Bin Laden Piper. This guy, hate's a strong word. And I try and stay away from that. Despising him with great intensity is not even relatively close to how much this guy makes my blood boil and my stomach turn inside out. But in all seriousness, I don't let it have power over me. If anything, I pity Hassan so bad. That life he has must suck. To talk about content nobody cares about to a bunch of people that are just as insane as he is. He's literally trapped by his own audience of anarchists, I'm going to just call them. It's so sad that he's got himself into this pickle and just can't seem to get himself out of it. He could stop at any time, but to stop would mean that he's wrong. And in Hassan's world, he's never wrong. So he constantly just keeps digging that hole ever deeper until I guess he hits the Earth's core. And then I guess we'll just keep going. I don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. What sort of illicit thrill is there about talking about politics? I guess maybe this is just the simple life of a certified forklift operator over here. I don't see the illicit thrill about talking about politics. I don't get my rocks off talking about how the left owned the right or the right owned the left in this, that, or the other thing. I don't get it. And I thank God every day that I don't. That I literally have more important shit to do. Like eat, sleep, and breathe. Literally everything else in my life. Friggin'. Like I said. Loser. With a capital L, which he routinely takes to the face.
And it was in this setting
Do you see the
that
problem?
I formulated an idea. What if I could make a long-form, irresistible piece of content that I knew that these streamers couldn't resist? They couldn't avoid the temptation of watching it the second.
The trap has been sowed. The content nude. That's a different video on a much different site. The content nuke about Hassan and his sad, pathetic existence.
Second was published.
I don't have an issue with them.
It's not that I wanted these people to steal my video. It's that I knew they would. I knew they would watch the entire video, add little to no commentary, react to it.
Oh, it's these three. The three moons of Hassan. Denims, Frogan, and I don't know who this bitch is. On the left, I don't know who this is. Interesting. I knew it was Denims. I recognized that pixelated friggin' face anywhere. So, what we have here is, I'm going to assume, stupid, entitled, and evil. Let's be honest here. You're going to be set straight with just how deplorable at least two of these women are. Again, I don't know who the heck this is on the left side, but I guess I'm gonna learn.
Instantly, giving them no time to form an opinion. The trap was set, and it worked even better than I imagined it would. We captured pretty much every large streamer reacting to it in its entirety immediately after it was published. Now,
and I did not watch the content nuke. 4 months back, I had not built up the strong resistance to Hassan content that I have since then. Like I said, it would literally make me nauseous, and I just literally could not continue with anything that anyone was saying about him. I'd much preferred it if it was just like silent images of somebody else talking about him, then I could manage. But the second frickin' Hassan's voice showed up, I just would be like, nope, click off. Sorry, bud, I just can't. But 4 months later, I have built up at least a strong enough resistance to actually tolerate it. It's not a straight up immunity, but you get my point.
Now, the thing is, there were a few people that went above and beyond to commit copyright infringement. For example, Denim sits here silently with nearly 50,000 live viewers. That's 30 times her regular viewership. She's working directly with the Snark subreddit moderators to siphon views, and their intentions couldn't be clearer. Here's an excerpt from a stickied post from the Snark subreddit. Hey everyone, we've seen a lot of comments about wanting to watch the nuke without showing support for H3. Here's a list of creators who have supported our sub, either by engaging with us directly or citing our post in their critique of H3. Here they're offering...
That is just so freaking sad. That is just so freaking sad. Don't watch the video then. If you don't want to support H3 or whatever channel has a video on it that's doing well, but you don't like channel owner in itself, don't freaking watch it. Stare blankly at something else for a change. Don't. Old internet rule. Don't feed the trolls. And you fed him so freaking well. If you don't like what's being said, don't engage with it. God. There's just like no sense of morals. Put your pride aside and just be like, listen, I know people want me to watch this. And you could have hypothetically said, I don't agree with Ethan Klein. I do not like H3H3 Productions. I'm not going to watch a video and give them airtime. I'm not going to support their video. I'm not going to do that. If you guys want to watch the video, be my guest. But I'm not going to do it. I'm taking a stand, and I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to stare blankly at somebody else's video and steal all of their ad revenue instead. Who's with me? At least you had some ground to stand on there. But you can't even manage that because it was too tempting, apparently.
Bring these streamers as market substitutes for my work. This is the cardinal sin of copyright infringement. The Snark subreddit has been a frequent and persistent infringer. That's how I knew when this video came out, the Snarkers were going to encourage, promote, and push streamers to commit copyright infringement. I should thank the Snarkers, actually. Because of their predictability, they acted like double agents for us, incriminating their favorite streamers and serving them up on a golden platter.
Here you go.
Thank you, Snark.
Take your
pick.
pick.
It's one thing for a subreddit to admit it's engaging in copyright infringement. But how do you get the streamers themselves to admit that they're stealing content?
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime. If you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
It turns out they just do it for you. You couldn't cook up a more...
Because they're a bunch of freaking idiots.
...incriminating statement if you tried. Denim's the queen of self-owning. You prevail again. There's one thing about copyright you should know.
Big ol' L goes
you gotta
right
register
to her.
it before you publish to be eligible for statutory damages and attorney's fees, which is the main biting force of a copyright infringement lawsuit. Well, I'm happy to tell you guys now. I, Ethan Klein, have registered Hassan Piker Content Nuke with the United States Library of Congress. Some of you guys out there sweating? Even though theoretically I could sue a...
I didn't know that was possible. That's what we in the business like to call a certified oof moment. That's like the biggest legal protection you can find here in the States. To have it registered in the Library of Congress. These three are so freaking doomed. Boy howdy, those three are boned. Oh, you poor people, you. Yeah, and they quote unquote reacted to that and apparently just self-owned themselves. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
A lot more creators and rake in millions of dollars. But the purpose of this is not financial gain. People like XQC and Asmongold may have watched the entire thing, but I would never sue them just for doing that. I don't want to chill the reaction community into fear. Actually, the opposite. I hope that we can all unite against this type of egregious behavior that not only makes us...
Even she gets up from the chair.
Keeps the video playing. I gotta go fix my hair and push my tits up a little bit more. And make sure that everybody knows why they're here. Because they're not here for the content. They're not even here for me. They're just here for what I'm carrying. This is my Denim's voice.
Freaking moron.
all look bad, but could destroy the commentary community as we know it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed
literal
not giving
theft
any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
The state of reaction content on Twitch is so broken, these creators feel comfortable looking right into a camera and saying outright, hey, I'm stealing this guy's content. Pay me instead
There's
of
another
him."
one.
This is not a healthy
I'll
environment.
have to go eat like her fifth Whopper for the day, probably.
And with people like Hassan reacting to entire TV shows on stream, my fear is that Sony or Disney comes along, sues everybody, and sets a devastating precedent that could endanger our entire field. Now,
I actually have had like slight experience with that. I don't know if anybody on the YouTube side of chat here had seen it previously, but it happened with one of the episodes of Hell of a Boss when we live reacted to it. We multi-streamed it between YouTube and Twitch. Twitch went fine and continued on its merry way and never stopped. About a quarter of the way through that episode of Hell of a Boss, my YouTube stream completely shut down. And I was given a warning on the channel for using copyrighted material. It's the reason why I'm never like live streaming any of the Helliverse shows going forward, because I don't want to deal with crossing that bridge. I can still upload the solid reaction like normal just because I'm not monetizing it and everything. But yeah, YouTube is a lot stricter when it comes to copyrighted material. Twitch does barely anything with it, and it's just a like Ethan said, a ticking time bomb to where a major company could come in and be like, you have people that are streaming our shows, our movies, for free. And these are legally protected media materials that we own, and we are now going to sue you for damages, Twitch. And then Twitch is just going to have to, like, frickin' body slam, copyright strike literally everybody for this, that, and the other thing until the point where nobody can do anything because Twitch is afraid of losing any more money than they already are losing currently. So the fact that Ethan is only going after 3 of the biggest offenders, that makes sense in that regard. And I know specifically why he chose 2 of them. Again, I don't know who that third one was. I've never seen her before in my life. But they're also, those 2 specifically, Frogan and Denims, they've been on like a high horse slander campaign against friggin' Ethan over there. So much so, and this is probably going to be like, why are they doing this? Denims harbored or actually put in motion a fake CPS call on Ethan's children, trying to get Ethan's children taken away from him. Do you see why I consider Denims to be pure evil? She deserves this. And there's nothing that she can do to stop it. This is a classic F around and find out moment. Karma's coming to collect. May God have mercy on what career or what thing you called a career is, Denims. Your days are numbered.
Who the 3 people I'm suing are, I just want to make it clear that they all met this very specific high bar of criteria that I set forth earlier. These people were not targeted based on their gender, their identity, their political beliefs. All 3 are on this list. In fact, they're the only 3, as far as I could tell, that reacted to the full video. Drum roll, please. Who's sweating at home, guys? Casey Tron, the queen of ripping farts and bong loads.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. I know that.
Oh my freaking god. At first, again, I was like, who? Now I know why I don't know. Isn't there something like Twitch TOS where it's like you're not allowed to, I guess, self-medicate or something? Is there something in TOS that's like, no, you're not allowed to do that? And here she is just lighting up and hacking it up, apparently. Oh, boy.
Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
Frogan, who, bless her soul, she's still rising.
Can I walk away and use the bathroom? Do I have permission? Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
Story behind her is at the Streamer Awards. I forget which year it was. And I don't know if she won or not because I quite honestly don't care. She was nominated for, let's say hypothetically it was in 2023 just for the sake of consistency so that the story works. Can't remember if it was 2023 or not. I don't freaking care. Take it with a grain of salt, do your own research and everything. But let's just hypothetically say it was 2023. She became nominated for the Rising Star Twitch Award, which was for people who are new to streaming but are having a very successful run of it and everything. And they're doing really good and everything. And it's all fine and dandy and you're going to be the next big thing. I don't know if she won it or not. I can't remember. Fast forward to the next Streamer Awards. Rising Star comes back again. She gets nominated again. So, is she doing good or not? Did she start over? Did she do a redo? How do you become an up-and-coming streamer 2 years in a row? I don't follow the logic on this one. And if we just need to make sure that everyone is on the same page as far as her own code of conduct is concerned, I don't know if any of you in chat have anybody that's in like the military or anything. Like people who have served, are serving. I don't know. I mean, I had a grandpa that did serve, so I know kind of the thing with military personnel and veterans, and being the military history buff that I am, I kind of take that stuff very seriously, and I have great respect for our armed forces and everything that they do. She is on record multiple times. Her most famous quote: U.S. military, boo-hoo, I hope you get PTSD. End quote. When somebody followed up and be like, are you certain that you wanted to say that? She responded with, based? End quote, with that same inflection. She is... And then she's got her little hijab on, being like, this is my everything-proof shield. You can't hurt me because then you're being offensive to my religion. You're being sexist. You're just saying that because I'm Muslim and everything. That's like me saying that I can't be held accountable for anything because I'm Catholic. Your faith is not supposed to be a shield from criticism. Very warranted criticism. Your faith is supposed to be a moral foundation for which you're supposed to conduct yourself in a functioning society. It's how that's supposed to work. And me as being Catholic and everything, that's kind of how I operate as well. That's why I disdain from saying that I hate certain people. Hate's a very strong word. And like I said even before, is like to say that I dislike somebody with great intensity is also doing it unjust, but I'm not going to outright say I hate people because they do things that I don't like, because they believe things that I don't particularly believe in. Because to respond to hate with hate gets you nowhere. That's the way I operate. And yes, I did make that rhyme. Sue me. I don't know. That's why I'm just like, I pity Hassan. I pray that he sees the light and changes his ways to actually be a better person. Faith is not your everything-proof shield. It is supposed to be a moral foundation from which you stand on. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. That which you did to the least of my people, you do so unto me. Those are one of the two major tenets that I conduct myself under as best as I humanly can. Frogan is not of that accord. I'm not even sure if she is truly Muslim. I don't really believe that, because everything that she does, everything that she stands for, just doesn't fit the vibe of someone who is of a specific faith. I don't buy it at all. And just to give you a little bit of perspective as to just like, if Ethan is suing her, that's the thing. And I know the kind of viewership she pulls. There's a reason why she got Rising Star 2 years in a row. And just to put things into perspective, as far as like the recording purposes, this is being live streamed and everything for like post-production, and anybody watching this has an isolated reaction and discussion. Let me put this into perspective here. I'm pulling triple viewers than her average viewer base right now. She roughly pulls at about like 20 or so. As of an hour and 29 minutes and 5 seconds into this live stream as a whole, I'm holding steady at 64. Little podunk nobody over here is doing better than the by and large over here. Just to put things into perspective. So, take that for what you will. All I have to say is, it's sad. I would say it's pathetic. I pray that you see the light.
Apparently thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
And Denim's the queen of self-owning. And my God, is she the queen of that?
It's very obvious from the way that guy's talking, he's a Sneeko fan.
Oh my God, bro, I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro? I'm so sweaty, bro. I love you, bro.
None of the hostages that have been released so far have said that they have been raped. The hostages have public statements. You can go look at them.
The sexual assault I experienced should never happen to any human being.
This Yemeni kid is just a Yemeni kid with a gun and is not a Houthi, and there is no proof of him being a Houthi.
Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
He never...
So many times she says a thing and then immediately gets discredited for it. It's glorious to see her just crash and burn every time she opens her freaking mouth. And just to put things into perspective as well, this is the person that pushed the CPS call, the Child Protective Services call against Ethan and his family to try and get his kids taken away from him. And just a little bit of a trigger warning here. I'm going to say some things and take that for what you will. She is a rape denier when it's right in front of her face. The evidence. She's an OnlyFans model, so you know why she's pulling the views that she does. Again, fix the hair, fix the tits. Gotta make sure that they're just as visible enough so that we know exactly what you're looking at. It's clearly not the video, and it's clearly not me. It's just only a part of me. She's just a disgusting human being. Pure evil. I'm not even gonna like sugarcoat it. Pure freaking evil right there. It's not even like OnlyFans, whatever. You do you and just make sure nobody else gets hurt. If you're willing to do that, whatever. I'm not going to get involved. But it is also against Twitch TOS to be promoting that sort of stuff. She routinely does. She gets away with it because she's hot. I find her utterly repulsive because of her behavior. She's like a reverse fortune teller. She says a thing that isn't happening, and then it happens like 5 seconds later. It's so freaking stupid.
Said Hassan Nasrallah was a good guy.
I can't believe I'm calling Nasrallah base. I mean, listen.
Now for the fun part. Let's take a look at the complaints, and let's start with my favorite of the three, the very own, the prestigious, the highly acclaimed, the highly analytical Casey Tron.
Okay.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this.
She just looks drugged out of her mind. Like, straight up, she is not there. But then again, when her opening clip is her, like, hacking up a lung. Wouldn't be surprised. And again, I don't know who this one is. I know about Frogan and I know about Denims just because of how routinely they just keep screwing up. I don't know who this one is. And I'm kind of glad that I made it this far in my life without actually knowing. Until this very moment. And I'm happy to report, I still don't care.
Without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a...
Smokes more than she spoke. I could believe that. I could believe that a lot. I know a lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein, so we're going to watch it. And at the bottom it says, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I lost the plot." Are you in the right state of mind to even be doing this? Because I think you need to be cognitively aware to actually react to literally anything.
A clever little title, and here's Casey Tron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Casey Tron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking?
You've got to be freaking kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. 40 plus times you take a rip. I know of like a few people that self-medicate on stream and everything, and they do it off camera. There's no incentivization that's like that's what's going on and everything. And they'll do it like once or twice during like a long particular stream. They may not even do it on stream. 40 freaking times within at least an hour or two. Should totally whip the bong out. First off, I don't own one. Second off, I don't do drugs at all. I don't even drink alcohol. Can't stand it and everything. I grew up in a household that heavily admonished that sort of behavior. I mean, my dad has the occasional beer or whatnot for the family get-together and stuff. And when he grills. I mean, that's just... You can't grill if you don't have a beer in hand. That's just the American thing. I just don't like alcohol. And my grandpa was a big testament to being like, don't smoke. Ever. Don't do it. It's terrible. And this is the man... I know I'm going to segue a lot in this, but I just kind of take this kind of stuff a little bit personally. This is the man that one day when he was working on his camper van on his property, he had to walk from his camper to the house. There's a long driveway that he had to walk up in. And he was a heavy smoker by then. This is like in the 50s, 60s, something or another, decades ago. He was walking up the driveway, And without warning, suddenly, he couldn't catch his breath. Like, he suddenly just couldn't breathe properly. And this is, again, before the era of telephones, before the era of the internet, before the era of telephones, before cordless cell phones and stuff, before the internet and everything. And he's just in his driveway in, like, a not so heavily populated suburb off the highway sort of area. And there was a good chance he could have just fell to the ground, not be able to breathe, and die right there. And nobody would have known he was there. Nobody would have known that he was in the middle of a health crisis right there. Because he couldn't catch his breath because he had been smoking too much. And literally, once he was able to catch his breath back at that time, I kid you not, he quit cold turkey right there, right then and there. If I needed any more of an inspiration as to why I should not do drugs in any way, shape, or form, no police body cam footage of someone tweaking out or doing this, that, or the other thing with drugs and everything could ever even more sway me to not do them than that story from my grandpa. So to see somebody younger than me, younger than my grandpa at that time, doing this, hacking up a lung within like 40 bong riffs in an hour, girl, get some freaking help. You need it before you die prematurely from all of this. Okay, back to reaction stuff.
And thinking there was no way that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. She spent 3 minutes and 15 seconds longer smoking than she did talking in her quote-unquote reaction.
You've
and whatever talking
gotta
she
be
did was just to
kidding me.
express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Casey Tron...
Then why the shit are you even doing this? If you can't follow a simple video because you are so freaking blasted out of your brains, why are you even trying? What was the point of it all? I'm glad I don't understand sometimes.
Is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Casey Tron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. At one point, Casey Tron is so wasted that she states, quote, "What is happening? I'm trying to follow, but I've lost the plot." To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell is
Kids love
going
anime,
on?
right?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What kind of life is this? What kind of life is this, Casey? I don't think you need help. I think you need to be institutionalized at this point. You don't have a drug problem. You have a drug crisis on your hands here.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious? Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this? This isn't a music video, Hassan.
She's even got that, like, druggy hair, where it's just all frazzled and unkept. Get some freaking help, girl.
And as dumb as all of that is, this is the part that really got her sued.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this. without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. Without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein.
Got her.
So we're gonna watch it. What the fuck is going on?
Got her.
Stating outright that her intention of doing this is so that people who don't want to...
She does just look absolutely freaking confused. She's just sitting there just like... Where am I? Where did I get all these fingers? Oh. And then she just freaking keels over and dies because she forgot how to breathe. Yeah, I think like, if anything, this would be a wake-up call for her. Like, look at the problem you are.
Support me, can watch it through her, is why copyright infringement laws exist. You could not and should not do that, especially if your commentary consists of you taking bong loads. At least try to engage with the content. Whoa, what was that? Oh, sorry. That was a flying star. It almost
Oh boy, here we go.
You know her and you love her, guys. Frogan. Reaction by exiting. Here she is getting up to leave the video running as she steps out of the room. Is that transformative?
No.
I guess the judge will decide. She said, quote, "It's time to watch the new nuke ethically. Hell yeah." Huh. Very smart to say on camera, by the way. She said, quote, "Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me." Well, you are so welcome, and I'm so glad that you were able to enjoy that day. Her commentary is so non-existent that even her own fans begin to call her out.
I don't have anything to say, dude, because he's cycling the same fucking points over and over again. What more commentary do you need on him repeating the same fucking points for the whole first hour and 1 minute and 32 seconds? It's been...
Her voice is like nails on a chalkboard. She's getting all flustered with people calling her out like, why aren't you saying anything? Why aren't you saying anything? She's just gonna keep. She's not actually commentating. She's just complaining to her chat, not about the video. Like, you could have your disagreements, be like, I don't believe that in the slightest bit, and here's why, and then have a spiel, like I do, like with the grandpa story and all this other stuff. You could easily get into this and everything, and freaking transform it enough to make it sort of your own to have an opinion. Complaining is not an opinion.
Been the same shit over and over again. This video could have been condensed into 20 fucking minutes. Like, what commentary do you want me to add by, like, oh, this guy's a fucking idiot, he's mentally ill, and he's having a mental breakdown and uploaded it to fucking YouTube?
Like, if you don't have an opinion, you can't commentate on it. Don't watch it. If you don't want to support Ethan, don't watch his videos. I'm not even subscribed to H3H3, and I'm just watching it because I'm interested. Do I necessarily agree with Ethan on certain things that he has to say? Not really. Am I a fan of his? I don't consider myself. Did he make a video that I was interested in watching in the first place? That I had some opinions about? Clearly. I wouldn't be doing this if he didn't. So if you've got a problem with what you're watching, don't freaking watch it. Don't even entertain it.
Let me get at least one good point. What do you want me to make a point on?
Oh, I forgot. She also said, "Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing." You may use the bathroom, Frogan, although I don't advise it.
Can I use the bathroom, please? I'll leave it playing.
This into your stomach. And let me state the obvious. Jew and...
2 full minutes later.
Thinks Twitch is liable for me interviewing a Yemeni teenager who's only known genocide his entire life.
What happened?
Well, you just pause it. That's it. You just pause the video, right?
Yeah,
Like,
here's how I would handle, like, I need to use the bathroom. Well, first off, I do it before I stream so I don't have any interruptions. I rarely have to get up to use the bathroom during the stream or anything. But here's what I do, guys. Let's hypothetically say that the video is playing. It's like, okay, hit pause. Okay, guys, I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And maybe I'll throw some like chill background music on to at least give you something to listen to while I tend to nature calling. That's how you do it. You prepare stuff like that. You don't just freaking keep the video playing. We've been through this.
Up and you go to the bathroom, you just pause it. They should be watching for you. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and they keep watching my video, they're clearly not watching for you, right? As lazy and pathetic as her reaction is, this is not why she's getting sued. This is.
Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate everyone's support. And thank you for watching it with me. First time viewer, time to watch the nuke ethically? Hell yeah. I found my way from Reddit. Hi guys, welcome Reddit people. Reddit people, Reddit people. I came from the H.P. Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while Hassan is in Japan. I'm bothered, having a great time. Exactly.
What are you even saying?
We're gonna watch it live, yes. He doesn't want people to know when it's dropping because we're all watching through other streamers. And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well.
It's the stated malicious intent to steal. They talk about watching ethics.
And we want to point out right now, it shows that she's almost pushing into like 600 viewer territory. Keep in mind, she's also been going for 3 hours. And the title, you can't really see it. Let me move the webcam. Clearly shows that we're here for the content nuke, not the actual streamer in question. I made it abundantly clear what we were going to be watching. That's why we're still holding 65 viewers strong right now. And on a normal Frogan stream, she can barely pull 20. Sad.
But I learned not to steal when I was 5. Up next is Denims.
Here we go.
And honestly, just take a look at this, guys. It's a nightmare on Denim Street. Not only did she chair react, but she was kind enough to write her name right at the top just so that we knew that she was stealing my content and it was her room and nobody else's. Judge, did you know that we're on Denim Street right now? Here's some quotes from Denims. We're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it. Since he's confirmed it's coming out today, I'm going to stream it. That is very explicit. Denim said, quote, well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. Your content?
Now, you see how she's getting into your head. Be like, don't support him. Support me. Support everything that I do. And if, like, you look into how I respond to my own reactions and everything, what is the, like, with the typical SMG4 reaction, what is the first thing that I say when I close out the video? You all know it because I say it all the time. I had the SMG4 hat on and I point to it. Check out SMG4 for all the hilarious content that he makes in the past, present, and continues to do into the future. I make sure to give credit where credit is due and point people in the right direction to see more stuff like that. What's the next thing I do? I shout out the Pokemon podcast that I like, that I'm a part of, that I have friends with and I want to promote it and everything. I go to my friends and push something of theirs. Then I go into my stuff. My stuff's the last stuff we push before everybody else's. Well, everybody else's goes before mine. That's how you freaking do it. And Denims is just like, nah, I don't want to support anybody. I'm just all about me. I'm going to call CPS and get rid of this guy's kids. Freaking evil.
The Queen of Self-Own included a countdown timer so we could tell exactly how long she was away. After being gone for a few minutes, she returns and then sits silently for another couple of minutes eating.
I'm gonna go pee, and hopefully, when I'm back, they're done with this.
Oh, freaking God. I mean, yeah, it drops at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. She's playing a different video, and I hope they're done with this. Don't freaking watch it then. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Let's look at okay, the chat is just nothing.
You do look better.
Mr. 305.
And then she got food, isn't saying anything.
I have an alternate.
Still says nothing.
We're relying on you to stay live so we don't give more views on the nuke. Yeah, I'm gonna stream it. Since he confirmed it's coming out today, we're gonna stream it. If you want to watch it with someone else who's already watching it, you know, come enjoy the watch party somewhere else. If you enjoyed not giving any views to that...
She can't even look at the camera. She can't even look you dead in the eyes as she's lying her ass off.
Terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like the content, if you enjoyed your time here.
Because here's the thing about, like, even my setup and everything. The video I'm watching is in this direction. So when I'm watching the video, I'm looking right over to here. When I need to engage with you guys, hello everybody. I'm looking at you right now and engaging with you. I'm staring deep into your soul with prolonged eye contact and everything. Or at the very least, I'm looking at the webcam projection on Streamlabs, which is just a little ways down on that monitor. But it's still in the same direction that you guys are. God. Denims, you are just the worst.
Because I'm going to be honest, I did not want to watch that by myself.
Let me also commercialize it by asking you to reward me financially for stealing his content. That is like chef kiss. By the way, Denims had a very successful stream. She had 43,000 people watching her live. Take a look at the title.
And I highly bet it isn't because of her. She's probably like a strong fourth reason as to why. The number one reasons would be the tits. The number two reason would probably be for the content nuke. The third reason would probably be for anybody watching for any stray L's that would be flying her way. And fourth would be for her. She's not even the most popular thing on her stream. She plays second fiddle to 1 and 2 over here.
Of her Twitch stream. Ethan Klein Hassan content nuke watch party. A watch party? I don't think that's fair use. Now, Denims, of course, always delivering the goods. She went on this dude's podcast to debate fair use. And would you be surprised if I told you she said a lot of incriminating things in that podcast?
Cool!
The queen of self-own never disappoints.
She never does.
My opinion on like filler content and stuff. Like I think filler content, like you shouldn't do it.
I'm glad that, Chad, you're positioned in the absolute perfect spot right now. Thank you.
I know I do it as a React stream. And I try to do it only when I do it with like Vox videos or Vice videos and stuff like that. Because at least I'm not like directly ripping from one content creator and not like a whole team and stuff. And most of those videos have like 5 million views. I only get like 500 viewers. I'm taking maybe 50 views from the video. It's a lot harder to feel like, I guess, bad about that. Whereas like I would feel very bad about doing that to like a single content creator. The majority of people say that they literally wouldn't watch Hell's Kitchen unless I was streaming. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm reacting hard enough. You know, I'm sure if you click on a random part in the video, I might not be saying anything, sure, whatever. And I might walk away from the screen. But it's about like the communal thing. It's why like fucking Toast started streaming Death Note. It's not about the actual show at a certain point. It's the same reason you watch shows with your friends. You want to watch it with other people. A lot of people go to watch streamers on Twitch for their React content almost as a curator. So they don't actually want to go through YouTube themselves and watch a bunch of videos, and they probably never will go through YouTube and click a bunch of videos. They like going to Twitch because they like to have it as like, this streamer is curating fun content that I want to watch. So the people that I've talked to, the people who watch Twitch content are specifically there to watch it so they don't have to scroll through YouTube and find a video they like. If someone watches content, I already said this, if someone watches content on someone else's stream, there is a very low likelihood that they're going to go watch it separately and give you like the view or the people who are watching content on Twitch, curated Twitch content on Twitch, aren't necessarily people that would be watching content on YouTube.
That, my friend, is called theft, and you're a thief, and now I'm suing you. This is just a testimony to how brazen and how safe they've, you know, gotten. That she thinks she can go out in public on video and say shit like, I'm stealing this content because I want to. I'm coping even though I know it's stealing. When people watch it with me, they're definitely not going to go watch the original. Like, you are way too comfortable committing crimes out in the open. Well, there you have it. 3 separate lawsuits for 3 separate geniuses. Now, I want to make it clear again, and I hope it's been obvious about why I'm suing these 3 people and not others. These people not only violated all of the principles of fair use, they also did it maliciously.
Mhm.
And that's the part that really got me.
Yep.
I think if you're a reactor,
They went out of their way to speak their intentions. So you can't even just be like, "Oh, I didn't do it maliciously." Yeah, you did. You said it. This is, if there's ever been like a silver lining with live streaming and holding people accountable, is that there is always a back catalog that any attorney worth their salt would be able to just go right on through and just be able to find evidence. And if you start deleting VODs, well then that's like burning the body. Then it's just like even more suspicious. Be like, why did you delete the VODs? What are you hiding over there? And then there's this wonderful little tool on the internet called the Wayback Machine, where you could just type in a URL and just pluck it right out of there. Despite it having been deleted in the present, you can go into the past and find it. It's like, it is literally, how many times do we have to keep teaching you this lesson, old man? If there's one thing that we always know about the internet is that, well, first, nothing is sacred, and two, the internet never forgets. There is always going to be a way to find that specific thing back and then push it to the front and be like, hey, everybody, remember this? And then you have to like backpedal and be like, oh, those tweets were taken out of context. I didn't mean anything back then. It's like, well, then why did you post it? And it's like people start deleting tweets. Well, then somebody's going to be able to find it and be like, nope, this is what they deleted and this is what they said. And I'm not deleting the picture now so that people know that this is what was said. You cannot keep secrets on the internet. It is just a fact of it. That's why you have so many YouTubers that are eventually found out to have been doing nefarious things with underage people. Because nothing on the internet is secret. It will be found out. It is not a matter of if it will be found out. It is a matter of when it will be found out. So the best way to get out of the drama and the negativity and this, that, and the other thing is to just not partake in it. The only way to maintain a squeaky clean internet record is to maintain a squeaky clean life and actually mean it. You can't hide from the internet. The internet is not just your little safe space to state your opinions. It's a back catalog. And that's why it's like I rarely post anything on Twitter or whatever. If I do, it's something that I'm like, this is completely inoffensive. It's just a random thought that I had and been like, wouldn't it be funny if, and then it's just a silly little thing, or I post a funny picture that I have, or like quote tweet something that made me laugh, and I have no regrets for the things that I post. I have never deleted a tweet to hide something. If I've ever deleted a tweet, it was because there was a typo that was really irking me, and then I just reposted it with the corrections and everything. It's the only times that I've ever deleted anything. And it's just like, if you've got nothing to hide, you're fine. But if you've got something to hide, don't draw attention to it. But it just seems like people on the internet nowadays just can't help themselves.
Most part, if you make a good faith effort to comment, and if you make a good faith effort to promote the author, to link to them, to try to drive traffic to the original video, I think you're probably pretty much doing the right thing, and that's
why, like, I always have SMG4, Glitch Productions, Spindle Horse, whatever channel the video is coming from, I go and link to that channel. Granted, there's like affiliate links and promotional materials that like I'm contractually obligated to put at the front due to the nature of the deals that I've made. But the first honorary link that goes into every video is the channel in question that I'm reacting to. Then it's Puckle Podcast, and then it's my shit. That is literally how it should operate. Your shit comes last. Promote the other people first.
It's fine. And I would never sue someone for that. Take it to these 3 absolute morons to state their intention to steal my property on video. You know, and to all the detractors who are saying that I'm targeting women, that I'm a hypocrite for suing for
Well, the fact that all 3 are women are just a pure coincidence. Let's be honest here. Could have gone for everybody, but these 3 made it so freaking easy. So freaking easy.
Copyright infringement. I just have this to say. I don't care. What I do hope, though, is that you'll support their crowdfunding efforts to defend themselves. Because let's face it, I want to make sure there's money left over for me when I win my lawsuits. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's been a great time. I'll see you around.
He has every right to do so. He has every right to do so. Let's be honest here. He is legally obligated because it is a protected video now. He got it registered into the Library of Congress. You can't escape that now. It's so freaking hilarious that now this is government protected material that has now been so blatantly stolen. Ethan has his case. He's got his cake and he's currently eating it. And the fact that these 3 can't stop being evil, can't stop deflecting it, and can't stop coughing enough to actually form a legitimate argument is freaking hilarious. What's even funnier is that this is going to be the second lawsuit that Denims is going to try to get involved with as far as Ethan is related to it. She tried to sue Ethan for slander, for him just stating the freaking obvious to her. And then it slowly but surely came out that, wait a minute, this whole crowdfunding for Denim's legal team seems like a scam. Turns out it was. So Denims backtracked, refunded everything. It was like, I could have afforded it myself anyway. Sorry, guys. And now she's getting sued again. So now she's literally like, please, give me money for my defense lawyers and everything. I can't help it. They took the bait. They took the bait. And it's so freaking hilarious that they were stupid enough to fall for it. Again, you can have your opinions on Ethan Klein for all that it's worth. You can agree with him, you can disagree with him, you're fine with that. I personally have no stake in the game. But when I see reaction problems like this, I can't help but at least have a bit of an opinion on it. Given what I do on my channel, let's be honest here, the reaction content is the backbone of my channel. That's just how it is. It is what it is. And I'm not saying I regret that or anything. No, it's what I want to do. And you guys apparently love seeing it. So that's why I keep doing it. Because I like doing it. You guys like watching it. So I have every incentive to keep doing what I'm doing. I just look at this and I think these 3, their only option right now is to settle. This is an unwinnable case for each of them. The evidence is overwhelming. And I feel like this is going to be a strategic thing as well for these 3 in and of itself. Because, each of them is holding their own respective Pandora's box. And if they're going to need to defend themselves in this, they're going to need to provide evidence to counter the sue. And Ethan's got well and enough evidence in and of itself to push this sort of case forward and actually hold them accountable for legal damages. And the fact is, he's not going after everybody that went after the content nuke. He's making an example. He's making 3 examples out of the 3 worst offenders to sort of set a precedence here. He's not just going after them because he wants to. He's doing it to warn everybody else. Like, if this keeps going, someone worse than me is going to come along and sue everybody. Literally, the party's over for everybody then. So it's like, if Sony gets involved, if Disney gets involved, it's just like, gone. No one can react to anything, and nobody can literally do anything. It's like Nintendo holding a copyright over anybody making a Let's Play about their games. I remember they were toying around with that idea, but it eventually fell apart and they didn't pursue it. Disney could be less merciful. Sony could be less merciful. It's entirely possible that unless something happens, that could be the future. That is entirely possible. So if these 3 have any sense left into them, which I don't think is possible, because Denims is too evil, Frogan is too ignorant, and Casey is too blasted to be able to settle out of court. Neither of them have the money to do it for the damages. I actually looked into the possibility of like how much each one could possibly owe Ethan, and I've seen the number float. There's 3 magic numbers. The bare minimum is 150,000 USD in legal damages each. Casey, Frogan, Denims all have to pay Ethan 150,000 each at the bare minimum. If they pursue it in court and they are found guilty and liable for it, which I know they would because they're very prideful in that and won't want to admit defeat to somebody that they pathologically hate, I've seen the number holding around 300 to 500,000 each, depending on the amount of damages. With Denims being the outright worst offender of them all, clearly, eloquently, repeatedly stating her intentions on stealing the views from the video itself. And with the overwhelming evidence of, like, look at nearly 50,000 people watching this, giving her money, giving her ad revenue that isn't going to Ethan because she's watching copyright-protected material. Government copyrighted material, mind you. All you had to do was just not give in. But this is what vanity does. This is what greed looks like. This is what hate does to a person. It's sad. It's pathetic. I pity all 3 of them. And again, I pray that they see the light and change from the ways that they've been doing. See the error of their ways and proceed forward with a better mindset. I'm not asking for full conversion, but I would at least like them to stop being evil. That's a mention. My favorite part in all of this is that everything started because H3 unfollowed Frogan on Twitter or something. Yeah. That's when you know you have an internet problem. It's so sad that people can get so worked up over something so insignificant. And here's the thing. You don't get notifications when somebody unfollows you on Twitter. There's no notification system that tells you when people unfollow you. She had to physically go into her follow list, try and find Ethan, and see that he's not there. Or at the very least, go to his profile and see that he's not following her. You have to go out of your way to find that information. And then you have to go even more out of your way to hold a grudge over a Twitter follow or unfollow for that matter. Talk about petty. It's so freaking sad that these people just could not help themselves and then just basically delivered their own demise on a silver platter. It's yeah, I will say it right out. It's pathetic. And these are grown-ass adults. Maybe like a few years younger than me, maybe hovering around my age range of 33 next week as of recording. It's you. Your prefrontal cortex is fully developed. You should know better than this. Except for Casey, she's completely plastered most of the time. Friggin'. I want to feel sorry for them. I would feel sorry for them if they did it without malicious intent. They went out of their way for malicious intent. So I don't feel sorry for them. Again, I pity them. And it's just friggin'... Yeah, I just straight up pity them. You did this to yourselves, and now... You sowed the wind, and now Ethan's going to reap the whirlwind. He's going to make you pay. One way or another. And it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you several $1,000s to get the legal defense that you need in order to fight this losing battle. Because you've dug your own graves. One of them just so happens to be much larger than the other two. But that's neither here nor there. That's funny. That I get a kick out of it. Yeah, not to mention the lawyers. All the legal fees, all the legalese that has to go into this and everything. It's a losing battle. Like, straight up. I look at this in every way, shape, and form. Ethan's literally pulled the checkmate. You can't get out of this. It's your own words that are being used against you. You said this. You did this. I have video, audio, proof of it. That you went out of your way to do this. To steal money from me. Over a video that I have copyright rights over. This is your fault. You did this. And now you're going to have to pay. And they're already like, again, as far as text is concerned, you can't garner emotion from it. It's just words on a page. But I know for a fact they are freaking out right now. Because this is a pretty big deal for all three of them. Especially Frogan. She don't have that kind of money anymore. She don't have that kind of reputation anymore. Her star is falling hard and fast. Again, as of this recording, which is currently holding steady at 68 viewers, I'm pulling 3 times as much as she does. On a normal day. And this is just a spur-of-the-moment Friday for me. Frogan's trying to make this out as a career, and it's failing miserably. Could have just quit when you were ahead. Could have just stopped. Admit defeat. Not react to a video made by a guy you hate. You had every opportunity, girls. And you blew it. Well, one of yous did. As you gotta fix the hair and gotta fix the tits and everything. Yeah. It's a vastly different video that we dissected today. And it's actually just one of the only videos that I've dissected in my entire career. But I feel like I would be comfortable enough uploading this because I have some opinions. I feel like sharing them. If you got a kick out of it, then I think I succeeded at that. So I'm going to end this video properly and give credit where credit is due and do my usual spiel because I try to abide by the rules, not so that I don't get sued, but because it is simply the right thing to do. So that's it for this video. On to the plugs. Check out H3H3 Productions for all the different videos that he puts out on his channel with the podcasts and everything. He's got stuff out there. Again, you can agree to disagree with most of the stuff, but I'm giving credit where credit is due. Go check him out if you're interested. Check out Puckle Podcast. We made a bunch of wonderful individuals talk about things Pokemon. Now that Scarlet and Violet are out in their entirety and Legends ZA is on its way, we have way too much stuff to talk about. Follow me on X, follow me on Twitch, check out the Discord, buy some poggers, and that is it. And with that being said, I'll see you guys when I see you guys, and as always, toodles. See, that was... yeah, it was a little bit off on that one, so his face. You'll get the timing down. But yeah, that was something I wanted to do. I'd seen the video get uploaded, and I'm like... I was at work on my lunch break, and I kind of sifted through it a little bit just to be like, what is this all about? When I realized it was more reaction-based content that it was being critiqued and everything, I was like, I need to do something with this. So I did. And here we are. But yeah, I think that is where I'm going to end the stream for tonight. I've got some things that I need to work on my own, as well as isolating these two videos and getting them out at the appropriate times, as well as gearing up for reacting and racing tomorrow, and cutting my grass tomorrow before it gets too hot and dry and miserable and long and tough and bleh. The joys of living on your own and having a yard to maintain. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, for the usual shtick that we do. We got an SMG4 video to go through, and we got some racing to do. So yeah, I will see you guys then. Or actually, I need to end it appropriately, like I always do. I'll see you guys when I see you guys, and as always, toodles.